modern engine is getting increasingly more complex, and it must do so if it's to keep up with the stringent emission regulations being introduced. It's making the use of the right fuel ever more important. At one time, dumping anything that burned into the tank might have been good enough. Today, it can cause a harmful buildup of crud on key components.
Any engine will burn any gasoline. The problem is you don't know what the gasoline is doing to the engine. If you buy a subpar gasoline that has the minimum amount of detergent in it, you're going to get a gunk buildup inside the engine that is going to have a detrimental effect. You can cause all kinds of fuel economy concerns, emission concerns, performance concerns. It really is important to keep the inside of the engine clean, and if it's clean, it's operating at its optimum.
While it's true that all gasolines contain the detergents needed to prevent a buildup of harmful carbon deposits, not all fuels were created equal. This is why feeding your engine the right fuel diet is so important.
The minimum standard gasoline is quite low, as you know, and the performance is not very good. It's not what the auto manufacturers want. Shell V-Power contains 5 times the level that's federally mandated, as opposed to the typical lowest additive concentration fuel that you find out there at many marketers. The deposits look bad; they're black. However, bringing it even more to life and showing that it's not just that you build up deposits, but those deposits can be detrimental in the sense that they actually absorb gasoline. They soak gasoline into the deposit like a sponge. And once they've done that, that interacts or interferes with the precise metering of fuel into the system. So when you light it on fire, you see the gasoline burning. The customer can actually see what's happening and see it for themselves.
Shell, for example, takes this really seriously, and you might notice at their stations there's always signage showing that their nitrogen gasolines deal with this carbon buildup. Shell uses nitrogen technology in their fuels, and they've done laboratory testing which definitively proves that their gasoline will not only prevent it from building up, it'll actually purge some carbon out of an older high mileage engine that's already got a carbon buildup.
The modern engine has never moved so quickly in its life. The push for better fuel economy, lower emissions and all the rest of it is producing engines that are so complex. When you get a car that's that complex, if you feed it the wrong diet, the same thing happens to a human being. Feed it junk, it gets fat. Feed a car the wrong fuel and you end up getting gunk buildups inside the engine. That's why having the right detergent in the fuel that you use is so important.